For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live.
Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to discuss about the yogas for childbirth, the combinations for childbirth in astrology, and we are also going to see specific cases of yogas which manifest in giving certain particular results, like when the childbirth is easy, timely, and a birth of a healthy child can be seen, means when it is positive, and when it can create certain complications, and what will be the level of the negativity, okay, that we are going to see. So whether the complications are in the childbirth or in conceiving or in pregnancy, it can be in any of those areas. So we are going to see each and every aspect of the yogas and their manifestations, what they can give. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in the description. So as said, that today we are going to talk about the combinations for childbirth, and this is going to be a two-part video. This is the first part where I am going to tell you about the combinations, the parameters for childbirth which we check, and what are the specific set of yogas which can give the timely birth, the easy conceiving or childbirth, and the birth of a healthy child, or which can create certain complications, whether it is in conceiving or in pregnancy or in the delivery. What sort of yogas are there for each of these scenarios that we are going to talk about today. And this is the first part because yogas are very important, and in the second part I will tell you regarding the timing of the childbirth, that how in the dashas you can calculate the timing of the childbirth, when the childbirth can happen for a particular person through his or her horoscope. And also we are going to talk about certain examples there in the second part, with the help of certain examples, so that you can understand it very clearly, that how actually it functions and how it works. What are the rules which we follow for timing the childbirth, that I'm going to tell you in that second part. So today let's start this with the parameters first. What are the parameters of childbirth? See, first of all, the parameters are Venus, Jupiter, 5th house from the Venus and Jupiter, 5th house from the Lagna, that is the ascendant, 5th lord in the birth chart, 9th house and 9th lord in the birth chart, the Lagna lord, how it is placed, and last is Bij's foot and Kshetra's foot. So what are these things and why they are important? Let's discuss that. First of all, why Venus? See, Venus is the main planet, more important than Jupiter. People take Jupiter as very important planet for childbirth. It is, because it is the natural significator of children, but Jupiter is parenthood. Venus is your reproductive ability, whether there is the ability to reproduce, proper ability to reproduce or not. That is Venus, and it is the significator of reproductive ability both in males and females. Specifically for males, Venus is everything when it comes to reproductive ability. For females, apart from Venus, Moon and Mars are also considered, okay. So Venus is very important. If there is no reproductive ability, then how the childbirth can happen? It cannot happen. It is common sense. Second is Jupiter. Jupiter is the natural significator of children. Then that is the major reason that Jupiter must be strong. If Jupiter is badly placed, it definitely is going to create a lot of disturbances, problems, complications in the childbirth. 5th house and 5th lord are very important. 5th house and 5th lord control the everything regarding the child, okay, regarding children. 5th house and 5th lord in the birth chart, they are the sole significators for children, for the childbirth, for everything related to child, okay. Then it is the 5th house from Venus and Jupiter. How the 5th house is from Venus and Jupiter itself, that is also important. That also you must see how it is, whether it is strong, whether it is weak. Then it is the 9th house and 9th lord. Similarly, 9th house and 9th lord is also very important for the child, specifically if we are seeing the childbirth of the second child mainly. So 9th house and 9th lord is seen. But if we talk about the dashas, which I am going to tell you in more detail in the second part, you will see the utilization of these parameters there, okay. So 9th house and 9th lord is also very important when it comes to childbirth. Then it is Lagna lord. If the Lagna lord is weak, no matter all the combinations are positive, it is definitely going to reduce the strength of the whole horoscope, because Lagna Lord is the base of the whole horoscope in general. If it is weak, then definitely it is going to bring a reduction in the strength and intensity, positive intensity of the planets. Even if they are supportive, then they are going to go down if the Lagna Lord is not supporting. So Lagna Lord is very important. You must see that how it is placed. If it is well placed, it is very good. If it is badly placed, then it is definitely going to create problems. And last is Bij's foot and Kshetra's foot. Bij's foot and Kshetra's foot are merely, they are the specific terms, but they denote the same thing. And the thing which they denote is reproductive ability. For males, we check Bij's foot. For females, we check Kshetra's foot. So Bij's foot and Kshetra's foot are one zodiac sign. Okay, in simple terms, they are just one zodiac signs. There is a method to calculate them. I am not going to discuss that, because if you are utilizing the softwares for calculation, you will see them automatically calculated there. Okay, so Bij's foot and Kshetra's foot are very important, because they denote the ability to reproduce in a more detailed form. Okay, we calculate it with certain method, but in software they are automatically calculated. So this is a one zodiac sign. This is just one zodiac sign. Bij's foot is a zodiac sign. Kshetra's foot is also a zodiac sign, and this is calculated both in the birth chart, in the Navamsha chart, and in the Saptamsha chart. Okay, so this and merely what they represent, as I told, reproductive ability, whether the ability to reproduce is good or bad. That is what they represent. Okay, now the next parameter is, see all these things which I told you so far, both in the birth chart and in the D7, that is the Saptamsha chart, which is a main divisional chart seen for children. So this is very important for there. Next thing is that if these planets are strong, then definitely what are the combinations for a easy and timely and a healthy childbirth? Simple, by using the common sense here, that all the parameters which I told you so far, they are well placed in the birth chart and in the D7. So if Venus is strong, if Jupiter is favorable, if the 5th house and 5th lord are strong, and Lagna Lord is favorable, Bij's foot and Kshetra's foot are good, then this shows that there will be easy conceiving, and good sustenance of pregnancy, and timely childbirth, and the birth of a healthy child. Okay, so the more the parameters are going to be strong, the better situation is going to be, the stronger situation is going to be for having the children. Okay, so by strong I means that all the planets which I talked about, they are in their own sign, in friendly signs, in exaltation sign, and they are not associated with the 6th, 8th or 12th house or their lords. They are not retrograde, they are not getting afflicted, they are not in severe Papkartri yoga, they are not in Mrityu Bhag position, and they are not getting combust. Okay, so if these situations are not arising, this means that of course they are favorably placed, and combinations for childbirth are good, and it will give easy, timely and a healthy childbirth to the couple. And see, while analyzing the childbirth, you must see both the horoscopes of husband and wife. Both the horoscopes are seen. Okay, so because sometimes it happens that if the problem is there in childbirth, in getting pregnant, or in any kind of problem is there, sometimes it happens that it is there only in one chart, but it is not there in the other chart. Either of them, means whether it could be in either the case of husband or in the wife, or vice versa. So that also happens, and that is why we check both the charts. Okay, so both the charts are must be seen here. Now next thing is here, that what are the combinations for delayed childbirth. This I have told you that if these parameters are well placed, then it is going to be a good situation for childbirth. It will give easy, timely and healthy childbirth. But what will be the combinations for delayed childbirth? That childbirth is going to be delayed. So first of all, the major reason is mostly the delay is due to delayed marriage. That marriage has not happened, it has taken a lot of time. And the second reason is maybe the marriage has happened, but the couple do not want the child. They have planned that after 5 years, 6 years, or any amount of time, they are going to have plan the child after that period of time. So that is also one of the reasons, that due to delayed childbirth, delayed marriage and not wanting the child, they are the major reason for the delayed childbirth. But now what is the reason that couple want the child? They want the child, they are trying for it, but still the conceiving is not happening, so they are not able to get pregnant. So problems in conceiving, what happens even after trying, what are the combinations for those? Now we are going to see when the real problems start to happen. So here all the combinations which I am going to talk about right now, you have to see it in both the birth chart and the Saptamsha chart, okay, D1 and D7. First of all, what will happen, that if there is a problem in conceiving, then fifth house and the fifth lord, or both of them, okay, fifth house or the fifth lord, or both of them will be weak and afflicted, and will be in association with the 6th, 8th or 12th house. 6th, 8th and 12th house are not good for the childbirth or any aspect, any positive aspect in life, because they are the Dusthana houses. Specifically for childbirth, they create complications and delays and serious troubles. The more there is the affliction, the greater the problem is going to be. So here, if the problem is occurring in conceiving, then this will be the first thing which you can notice in both the charts of the couple, whether it is the husband or the wife. You will notice this thing, that there will be affliction on the fifth house or the fifth lord, or both of them. Okay, and by affliction and weakness, I mean that the fifth lord, let's say, is in association with the 6th, 8th and 12th house, or 6th, 8th and 12th lords, or it is retrograde, it is getting totally combust, it is in very severe Papkartri yoga, it is losing the battle in planetary war, or it is in a sign of debilitation, the Nij Bhanga is not happening. Even if the Nij Bhanga is happening, there is no support to it, it is getting afflicted. It is in an enemy sign and it has no support from the enemy in whose sign it is sitting, or it is what you can say in Mrityu Bhag condition. So if these are the problems, means the affliction is going to be more and more. The more of these situations are going to be there, the more affliction, the greater affliction will be there. So the greater the affliction, the lower the strength of the planet and the lower the strength of the house. So if that is the condition, then this will be the problem which we can see. Second thing is that Venus will be weak. You have to check both the charts, as I said, husband and wife both. So Venus must be weak if there is the problem in conceiving, because Venus is what? Reproductive ability. If ability is very weak, if ability is down, then how you can imagine that the conceiving will happen? Okay, so Venus is the physical capability for reproduction. So if Venus is weak, and specifically for males, it controls the semen. So Venus is very important. And for females, apart from Venus, you have to see Moon and Mars, because Moon and Mars control the menstrual cycle. So Moon and Mars are very important for females. In males, you will not check Moon and Mars, only Venus must be checked. They will be weak. By weak, I told you what will be the meaning of weak here. They are getting afflicted. Okay. Next thing, Bijasfut and Kshetrasfut, which I told you, they will be not proper and weak. By Bijasfut and Kshetrasfut, I already told you that they are a sign. For males, we check Bijasfut. For females, we check Kshetrasfut. So for males, if this Bijasfut, they both symbolize the same thing, ability to reproduce. Okay, in a more detailed version. So here, for males, the zodiac sign which Bijasfut is falling in, it must be odd. Okay, it must be odd. If it is odd, then it is a good thing, means good reproductive ability is there. And you have to check this sign in both the birth chart and Navamsha chart and Saptamsha chart. So if they are odd signs, means Aries, Gemini, Leo, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, these are the odd signs. So if it is falling in odd signs, then it is good. But for males, if it is falling in even signs, then it is bad. It shows weak ability to reproduce. And in females, reverse will be the case. Kshetrasfut, odd signs are considered bad and even signs are considered good. Okay, so that you have to see how the Bijasfut and Kshetrasfut are there, how they are placed. Next thing is, if the Lagna Lord and Jupiter are weak and afflicted. By weak and afflicted, I already mean what I mean by that they are debilitated, retrograde, combust, losing in planetary war, in Mrityu Bhag, associating with 6th, 8th and 12th house or their lords in severe Prapkartri yoga, and they are getting no support in enemy sign. So such kind of situations are arising, then they will lose the strength. So if that is the situation of Lagna Lord and Jupiter, then of course they are going to create lot of disturbances and problems in conceiving. And last is Saturn, Rahu and 12th house and 12th lord, they create delay. They are the significators of delay. If the 5th house or 5th lord is associated with these Saturn, Rahu, 12th house or 12th lord, they create delay. Okay. Now the next case which we are going to see here is that, let's suppose that conceiving is happening, that the couple is getting pregnant, but the problem is there in the sustenance of pregnancy, that there are repeated miscarriages. So this is another type of problem. So when this happens, you will see here, if this is happening, then Venus will be in favorable position, because Venus, if Venus is going down, then there will be no conceiving in the first place, because Venus is your reproductive ability. So this means that first barrier is over, that yes, Venus is supportive, that is why conceiving is happening, but there is no sustenance of the pregnancy, repeated miscarriages are happening. So Venus will be in favorable position in the birth chart or the D7 chart, and the malefic influence will be there either on the 5th house or 5th lord, on any one of them. Most of the cases it is happening on any one of them, because if it is happening on both of them, then there will be no conceiving in the first place. Forget about the sustenance of pregnancy, because if both of them are heavily afflicted, means conceiving will be the biggest issue in the first place. Okay, so on either of them there will be the malefic influence or affliction. So by affliction, what I mean, I already told you. Okay, next thing is that the main planets are Mars and Ketu, which are responsible for abortions as well as miscarriages. Mars and Ketu influence, or 8th house or 8th lord and 12th house or 12th lord influence. These are the major entities. If their influence is on the 5th house or 5th lord, both in the birth chart and in the D7 chart, that is Saptamsha chart, they create the yoga for the miscarriage or abortion, loss of the pregnancy, loss of the child. So you have to see specifically how they are manifesting. Okay, they are badly placed, they are not getting support, then they are going to create this particular situation if they are badly placed. So Ketu is more malefic than Mars. Ketu is at number 1 priority. Ketu does not support at all here. It must be very strong, then only it is going to support. Otherwise Ketu is the major culprit behind the miscarriages, and after that Mars comes. So Mars, Ketu, 8th house, 8th lord, 12th house, 12th lord, they are the major significators for that in this particular scenario which I am talking about. Okay, most of the times you will see this. Next thing is, for women in this particular condition, Moon and Mars will be weak. Venus will be supportive, but Moon and Mars will be weak, because Moon and Mars is what? Moon controls the uterus, the womb. So the environment in the womb is not proper, means there is the problem in uterus. So sustenance of pregnancy is not going to be there. Conceiving is there because Venus is favorable. Venus controls the ovaries. So that is why Venus is supporting, means giving the conceiving, but the sustenance is not happening. That is the domain of Moon and Mars, not Venus. So if Moon, because Moon and Mars control the blood circulation in the uterus and the uterus itself. So that is why if they are weak in the woman's chart, this will be the major issue. Now next thing which we can see here is that another factor is 6th house and 6th lord. If its influence is there, it is going to create complications merely. But the severity of complications depends on other malefic influences which I have talked about so far. Only and only 6th house and 6th lord influence is there, then this shows that there might be certain struggles or troubles which will be which can be overcome, which will not be there for the long time. You will have to follow just certain medical opinions and treatments, that's all, and it will go away. But if the severity is more based on other negative combinations, then this is going to further increase the complications, whether it is in conceiving or during the pregnancy time period or during the delivery, in all these 3 stages of the childbirth. After this, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu are very important, and they are responsible for unconventional birth, childbirth. By unconventional I mean not by natural means. Okay, so by unconventional, like with the help of medical science, medical treatment, like IVF is there, surrogacy is there, or even adoption. Okay, so for adoption also Saturn, Rahu, Ketu are responsible. So if their influence is there and the combinations for childbirth are very means coming out to be negative, highly negative, and then we can say adoption can happen. But if there is certain good possibility, then it can show that with the help of medical means and procedures they can give the childbirth. Okay, so Saturn, Rahu, Ketu are good for that. Next thing is see the dashas. Dasha is very important, because until and unless you are not going to analyze the dasha of the planets, then you cannot see that what sort of results are going to happen in life. Okay, so see the dasha. When the dasha of particular planets are coming, which are responsible for childbirth or which are responsible for the child itself, so whether the results will be positive or negative, that will be dependent on the combinations. That is why I made this video in the first place, because until and unless you do not know how the combinations are, you cannot analyze the dasha. Dasha is going to give you the results on the basis of the combination. If the combination is good, dasha will give you good results. If combination is bad, dasha will give you bad results in terms of childbirth. So you have to see how the combinations are first, and then move on to the analysis of the dasha. And this analysis, how it is done, how the timing of childbirth is done, I am going to tell you in the second part of this video. So that's all from my side regarding the yogas which are important for childbirth. We have discussed all the cases of favorable yogas which can give easy, timely and healthy childbirth also, and at the same time the complications, the nature of the complications that I have already told you, what are the combinations for that we have seen. And this I made because this will help you in order to understand the next part, where we are going to discuss how to time the childbirth, okay, with the help of particular what you can say rules which we follow for analyzing the dasha in general. But dasha is dependent on the yogas, it is not the other way around. So if the dashas are going to give good results, mean the yogas are favorable, and if yogas are not good, then only the dasha, if you are going to see the dasha, it can give what you can say unfavorable results regarding the childbirth. So that we are going to look in more detail in the next part. So till then, that's all from my side regarding the combinations of the childbirth. If you are new to my channel, subscribe below for more. Check out my website and Facebook page. Otherwise we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.